The only downfall with vlogging from a vehicle: morning fog on the windshield. But it'll go away eventually. So, if you wonder why I haven't been too many videos lately, just been kind of busy. But I'll tell you the one thing that kind of is a little aggravating being in a southern state is when you try and do a vlog, it's really hot outside. And I don't see a sense in sitting here and running my vehicle while I'm recording a vlog. I've done it before, but it's kind of not ideal. I don't really feel like putting that wear and tear kind of thing. Just sitting there idling. So, when it's really hot, I tend to not vlog. But, well, the vehicle vlogs. I'll do like a driving vlog, stuff like that. But, so, if you watch the video a few back, I talked about weight loss and trying to lose weight and stuff like that. And, not just focusing on, physical health, but also your mental health as well. And, weight loss thing, been sticking with that, and it's been doing really good. The mental health side of things, been going to see a counselor, and it's good to have somebody to talk to that's impartial to you, or impartial to any situation that you may present. They're not going to take a side of your friend or you, or your boss or your coworker. It's good to just have someone to just run ideas by and just run thoughts by, and you know one of those things. If you've never, if you kind of, I kind of covered it in that video, but something I recommend if you've never been to any kind of, you know talk to anybody about stuff, outside your friends and family. It's just like, with like personal achievements and stuff. If you go to someone and you say, "Hey, how does this project look?" and it's your friend or your family or something like that, they're gonna. I mean, sometimes you'll get useful critique on it, but a lot of times you're just gonna get, "Hey, it's great, good job," you know, because they're your friends that are kind of biased to your work and your abilities. So, but that's not really a topic for this video. There's really no topic for this video in general. Um, I was looking the other day, and they have the new RX 100, which, as you know, I do the vlogs on the RX 100, and I was looking at it, and they finally put a microphone input on it. Now, there's a lot of back and forth of, they did, but there's no hot shoe, so you need something to put it. But, I think having it, if you're going to use the camera for actual recording, you know, it's not really that difficult to mount a microphone to it. Or, if you get a cage for it, you can if you need to mount a camera mounted microphone to it, or a receiver for a wireless mic, But if you're using it for vlogging, I don't see it being an issue to plug, a little wired microphone with a, you know, probably a 3 or 4 foot cord on it. Just clip it to your shirt, record your video, turn it off, wrap it around the camera, put the camera in your bag or your pocket or wherever you're keeping it. But and one thing it kind of comes in handy when you travel, especially with people that have the same kind of camera as you. So you end up needing to share batteries. If they don't have enough batteries, or whatever the reasoning is. With the video I did a while back, I think I did a video on it. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But basically used a little Brother label maker and labeled all my camera equipment, the batteries, the camera, you know, put it basically where I put it on there was on the cameras where you have that flip up screen, basically on the bracket for that, so it's not this, you know, sticker on the outside of the camera. But it's good because if you go somewhere and you need to lend someone a battery, then you can do so, and then it's not, okay, was this my battery or is this your battery? I think it's my battery because I bought my camera then, and that's the date that's on the battery, and I think that's my battery. I don't know, you know. So it's a good way to make sure, you know. And then if something happens and they hung onto a piece of gear, next time they go in their bag, it's like, oh, hey, wait a minute, that's not my battery. I need to give it back, you know. Hopefully your friends wouldn't be the kind to say, hey, you didn't realize I have this battery. I'm gonna go ahead and hang on to it. And now I have 3 batteries instead of 2 batteries. Hopefully you don't have the friends that do that. But if you do, hey. But back to the camera thing. You know, I was looking at it, and you know, other than the microphone input, which I don't use my Mark 6 for recording videos. I use my Mark 3, and with this, I think I'm close enough to it, and I think the microphones are good enough, given that, you know, the level of noise when I do these videos. You know, like I said, I'm doing with the vehicle off. You know, so I don't really see a sense in, you know, in the way I do it. You know, I have the Mark 3 as my vlog camera. That way, I can always kind of have it with me, and you know, it's a lower cost camera. So if something were to happen with it, you know, even though those things can happen with, you know, a Mark 6, I could go on a vacation and, you know, drop it hiking or whatever. Things can happen, but I just kind of figure, you know, this camera's kind of gets tossed around a little bit more, and you know, I'm using it with the vlogging and stuff like that. So it's kind of my, you know. So I don't think I'm gonna upgrade to the 7. You know, I just for just a microphone input on a camera that I really don't feel like I mean, I would like to have it if I didn't buy the Mark 6 or the resale on the Mark 6 was better. I think I would upgrade the 6 and get a 7, but I think I was looking on KEH, and I want to say you're looking about $600. The new camera I think is $1,200 or $1,300. So I just don't see, you know, paying. I mean, it's got a few other upgrades to it, but nothing that I feel for my use is actually something that I'll. It's a want and not a need. You know, which a lot of times with cameras and gear, it's kind of how a lot of stuff is anyway. It's more of a want the gear versus need the gear. So, but you know, if you're watching this video and you're upgrading to it, you know, maybe there's some reason from the 6 to the 7 that I'm not seeing that might change my decision. I mean, I'm not set in stone one way or the other. I don't think I would get rid of my 3 and keep and have a 6 and a 7. I think I would keep the 3, get rid of the 6, and get a 7 if I did anything. But like I said, I mean, the only benefit I could see from it would be having that microphone input and being able to use it for vlogging when I don't want to bring the 3 with me and the 6. You know, it would be kind of like my travel camera / travel vlog camera. But then again, if I'm really needing a microphone, I can just use my phone, record a video on there, use my little microphone that I have for my phone. So, it's one of those, I just don't really see the benefit to it. But that is one thing to, you know, I guess in parting on this video. If you're looking at gear, that's kind of one factor I use to evaluate if I'm going to keep a piece of gear or trade a piece of gear. Is, you know, what my initial cost was versus what I can get back on it. You know, if say I spent $600 on a camera. A year later, I'm looking at upgrading, and I can get $100 for the camera. It's $100, but that camera may be able to give me more than $100 worth of usage out of it. It may be a camera that I can just put in the bag, and if I go with somebody or they want to learn how to take pictures, or they want to, it's a camera I can lend to somebody or have as, like I've done that before. I took a trip out of the country and I brought one of my cameras that, I looked it up online. I'm like, okay, if something happened to this camera's only worth like $50, so it's not a huge ordeal. It's really not an issue at all if something were to happen to the camera. In later years, I gave the camera to a friend. But it was one of those. The camera wasn't worth much to sell, and it also wasn't worth much at all. So it still took good pictures, so it was good enough to bring on vacation. So, yeah, it's one of those things. It's at the end of it, it's a personal decision whether what you do with your gear. But I always try and weigh the cost versus my usability of that camera going forward. It may be worth, like I said, if it's only worth $100, it might be worth hanging on to as kind of a, okay, I want to bring a camera, but it could get damaged. I want to bring a camera, but it could get stolen. Or there's a very high likelihood I'm going to this place. I don't want to be lugging a bunch of expensive equipment with me. It's a really good camera. It takes really good photos. If something happens to it, it's not the end of the world. If something happens, I'll go to the local electronics store and I'll order a new one, or I'll buy a new one, or whatever it is. So, just stuff to think about. So, thanks for watching. Have a go.